Meghan Markle here.
Today is June 13, 2025. It is 4:36 a.m. I'm starting late again, just like yesterday, but I don't think this video is gonna be too long. I sort of started putting it together since my last recording, and I just add this last one at the end. Let me see, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 tweets. They're pretty much related except the last one. No, two different conversation. There's the thing regarding Daddy Fail, which I posted on my community board, but I think it's just BS. Okay, and Daddy Fail, Sussex Squad, Kate Copy. Okay, so that's regarding the what is it, Stylist, who left. Kid schedule, that's something I came across. Okay, so let's go over it really quickly and then finish with this video. Alright, so this is the background. New subscribers, welcome. Let's go on Twitter. This is the one I just put at the end. Alright, let me pause for a second and see if I could add some more here. Alright, so I've added more to the list, but majority of them making reference to this topic, this discussion. Okay, so this is the first tweet. I leave the internet for one day and it is revealed that King Charles and the Sussex's aides had a secret meeting. A secret meeting that we know about now, pictures and everything, completely overshadowing Kate at Wimbledon. The F is going on. Okay, so let me read that exclusive. The secret heavy peace summit, King Charles and Duke of Sussex senior aides meet for talks near Royal Palace and first step toward reconciliation. Okay, then Harry told us nobody represent him. He speaks for himself, or he has his how do you call this, a spokesperson. Okay, what aide who's gonna go and talk to for Harry? And strongest sign yet, both sides want to resolve bitter family feud. Okay, this is full BS. Okay, Let's see if I could see those words here. King Charles and Prince Harry senior aides have held a secret peace summit. The Mail on Sunday can reveal, making the first significant move to resolve their rancorous family feud. Okay. Of all tabloid, you think it's the Daily Fail that Harry will be dealing with? Harry sued their asses. Harry doesn't deal with these people. Sources said last week's meeting was the initial step in a rapprochement process to restore the broken relationship between the Duke and Duchess of Sussex and the rest of the royal family. Okay, this is full-blown BS. Harry doesn't deal with this, and if this was gonna happen, Harry will be the one who will be speaking to them face to face. Okay, for something so significant, Harry will not send an aide to talk to these people. And then, to make it public like that, this is full-blown BS. Okay, keep that in mind. But I will share them with you because this is what the squad are talking about. There's one of them I responded to and I copy. Okay, so there it is here. And I copy my response to some of those things that I keep on seeing. I just added People Magazine is even talking about it. Okay, so this one start the noise. Daily Fail start the noise and the other papers gonna pick up. Okay, to make it seem like it's fact, but it's not. Harry already told us he does not have any representative and he doesn't deal with these people. Many of the things that Harry have done, okay, we only know about them after the fact, and it's usually coming from his own mouth or he has his spokesperson to confirm or deny. So far, I haven't seen any spokesperson from the Sussex's team to confirm or deny this. So for now, let's say it's just trash. Okay, whole time I'm eating delicious food and drinking Thai iced tea from a bag. All right, so there's that, and this is my response to that, and I copy it in some other places to respond to their BS as well. Then Harry told us, King Charles III, what King Charles is supposed to do in order for Harry to be comfortable to be in the UK. Security. That's all King Charles has to do. Give security, then Harry will be home. What aid? Harry doesn't like his business public, only after the fact. Unless this happened already, other than that, this is BS. Okay, and I'm saying here, this is trash. Okay, girl, you have no idea. Like, okay, hasn't he always had been since you know? He's a prince. Okay, I don't know what they say here. This is somebody that I like. I'm not buying this. Something feel off. So secret, the media were there. There's the rolling eye. Yeah, right. Okay, so this person doesn't believe it. So let's go to the next tweet. That's making reference to the same topic. I just want to share with you what the squad are talking about. Okay? But keep in mind, Harry does not have a spokesperson. Doesn't have any spokesperson to deny or confirm that. Okay, it's just the Daily Fail who's running its mouth, but Harry's team have not confirmed or denied this, and then Harry doesn't like his business to be public. It's after, way after the fact, and so far nobody has confirmed or denied. Okay, so this is the one that I share on my community board, and it's in Spanish, so let's do the translate. Everyone will have a very calm and relaxed attitude with this news and this photo. That's the upside down. That's just BS, okay? The meeting so secret that Fleet Street knows about it and published it. This is pretty much a shade that she doesn't believe it. Harry's team could have demanded a private place, but I guess to have a relationship with Charles, it is necessary to give something to the press. Nah, Harry does not deal with them. He took them to court. He doesn't care. Okay, he really hold those daily, the papers, the British media under fire. He doesn't deal with them. Okay, okay, so that's in Spanish. That's in Spanish. Okay, so let's move on. Majority of the rest, and this is in Spanish, so I won't be able to read it. Okay, so there's another tweet making reference to the same topic. Okay, that below is what they call a secret meeting. Okay, this is a squad. She doesn't believe it pretty much. Sources, always those nameless sources. My gut is telling me that Daily Fail has turned that into what it isn't. Okay, King Charles, there's all those hashtags. The secret Harry's Peace Summit. King Charles and the Duke of Sussex senior aide meet for talks near Royal Palace. Okay, so that's the same headline. It just looked different. Maybe she was using her phone when she took the screenshot. Okay, so it's the same thing. All right, so there's me again dropping my comment. Okay, I read it already. There's me saying here, let me drop my comment here too. All right, so pretty much it's trash. Charles team leaking to the Daily Mail yet again. Secret meeting. They are sitting outdoor. The only thing they did not do was hire a skywriter. I will wait to hear Harry's opinion on this. Exactly. That's what I will say as well. Yeah, we haven't heard anybody from Harry's camp to confirm or deny this. Okay, so since people are talking about it, that's why I'm sharing it with you. But don't take it as face value until Harry's team confirm or deny. This may be just an invitation to the head of the UK to the IG. I'm wondering if it's in regard to getting proper security for Harry during IG and his father and the royal household getting out of the way of him acquiring that security. There's the thinking face. Their reader numbers are dwindling. This is only still keep afloat. Natasha just let the world know that cosplay Kitty is a cyber stalker, and that's what the British media won't touch. Yep, as they always do, this is about security for Invictus Birmingham, UK. I call it BS. It is, after all, the Daily Mail. Exactly. Charles leaking to the media again. If it's leaking, I don't think it, well, they play together. I mean, they do that thing together. They tag team, Charles and Camilla. So it's probably Camilla, if it's that thing. She knows about it and then blab it out. Next tweet. Okay, an exclusive from a woman who wrote last month that Meghan's brand was on the verge of bankruptcy. So it seems like, I don't know anything about that. It seems like the person who's meeting with Charles Camp from the tabloid, the picture we just saw, it seems like this is who he's making reference to. Okay, clown, that's an ad. Okay, does she knows what bankruptcy means? The jokes write themselves. Okay, so that's that. Let's go to the next one. This is People magazine who pick up on the same BS. Okay, I'm not gonna read the comments besides mine, because you're gonna have all those idiots coming on. Okay, this is People magazine. Prince Harry and King Charles aides meet for first time and apparent olive branch move amid royal rift. There's always that olive branch. That olive tree is dry now. Okay, so People magazine pick up from Daily Mail. These are the same group. Okay, the same cycle. One start the noise and the others pick up to amplify it. Here you go. There's me putting that comment here again. Okay, this is one of those cried, Harry, for the love of God, don't fall for it. I'm surprised. It seems like from this comment she believes it. I don't believe it. Again, until Harry's camp talk about this particular topic. Other than that, this is full-blown BS, because Daily Mail doesn't care. They write anything. Alright, so there's the idiots coming saying things about Meghan. So let's leave that alone. If you see it, you see it. I'll leave these on the screen. You could pause and read. But meanwhile, let me get the next tweet. Next one. Okay, I think they're still talking about the same topic, what Daily Mail wrote. Very, very interesting, you guys. I think something big is coming. That public meeting was interesting, to say the least. Again, I'm not taking it as face value until Harry's camp says something. Guys, it's not about Kitty. She's irrelevant right now. I have no problem with Harry going back without Meghan, just like any other husband who commutes to his job in America. It's no big deal. It may be a big deal in the UK, but who cares? Okay, Kate's out and Meghan's back in. Don't come for me. I'm just thinking out loud. Okay, nope, it's about the Sussexes and Windsor's aides having a meeting today in London. Alright, that's an ad. There's that. Wait, what are you referring to? There's that thing regarding the secret meeting again. Alright, they're just making noise. Again, keep that in mind until you hear from the Sussexes themselves. Okay? If certain legal wheels are turning, Henry might be subpoenaed by the other side. Oh, there is one more lawsuit that's that Harry is dealing with. Is it with the Sun, I think? It's supposed to be next year, 2026, I think. Alright, so let's see here. I pray to God the Sussexes don't go back there to assist that bunch of snakes. For real, for real. I heard the Invictus, the city of Birmingham, said they would love for the Sussexes to attend the IG. Maybe it's about heavy security. Don't F with my weekend, please. Was is here. Alright. I see tomorrow front page for the UK. If it's to do with the nasty Daddy fell, I will take it with a pinch of salt. Again, this is someone who doesn't believe it, because the person who wrote the article is that Charlotte Griffith. She has been known to be economical with the truth in the past. Also, she is a regular on the GB News. Alright, so these are the squad who know more about those group. Okay, I don't know who these people are. 2. Okay, she continued to, that being said, the Invictus Game have just started promoting the Invictus Game for Birmingham 2027 at a guess. So something might be at play now because of it. So that is why some people are now speculating about what might be taking place behind the scenes. One thing that came to mind as I'm editing it is that usually 1 year before the actual Invictus, Harry usually do a 1 year leading up to the Invictus. Perhaps there is talk about, the leading up to. So if Harry cannot get security, he's not gonna go, because not only that usually bring a lot of publicity to the game and things like that. So if Harry cannot get the security that he need, he cannot do this. He cannot do the leading up to the actual Invictus in 2020. What is it, 2027? So next year he needs to do the leading up to. Okay, 2026 he will do leading up to, like he did in Canada, to check the game, see everything is up to par with what they bid for and things like that. So if he cannot get the security that he needs, he can't go. He can't go. And then these people, his family, doesn't want him to have the publicity that he usually get during those times. So I don't know. This is not to say I agree or I believe what the Daily Fell is writing, but I'm just saying. Okay, so Harry will need security doing that leading up to in 2026. Usually there, what is it, a week or a couple days to check the games and things like that. So if he cannot move around freely, he can't without security, he can't go. Maybe this is something that is being discussed, because we're already 7 months into this year. The 2025 is almost over. So come February of next year, he's gonna probably need to go to the UK to visit the site of the area that bid for the Invictus. He need to go and check it. Alright, so that's something to keep in mind. Even though this is not to say I agree with Daily Fell, whatever the paper is saying right now. Okay, because we have not heard anything from Harry's team. Until Harry's team confirm, that's when I will believe it. But for now, this is just nonsense. I just wanted to bring that aspect into your periphery, because Harry usually does leading up to the actual Invictus. So maybe there is discussion regarding his safety to do that leading up to. Not the actual Invictus, but the year prior, to see if the sites are ready to host the Invictus. And he will check some of the stuff out like he did in Canada. He went down the, how do they call it? They have a term for it, but I call it down the slide, where he put the helmet and did the thing. But anyway, let's get back to the original recording. I spoke about that Birmingham, how they got it. It's just come out of the... These people, they create problem to get to a certain objective. That Birmingham thing, I remember seeing some news tweets how politicians in Birmingham mess up the whatever that makes the city run. Okay, they crash it so they could go after Invictus, and then to get Invictus, and then now they want Harry back. There's a video that I did on PYTE. It has been done before. I've said this from the very beginning, before we knew all the crazy things that we know now, the things that been going on in the background. Harry should never trust these people, and I hope Meghan stay away. Okay, do not trust them. Okay, that Birmingham thing, it was very meticulously calculated to get the Invictus. And then majority of the people who works for Invictus are from the UK. Okay, the country that should have got the Invictus, it should have been Korea, South Korea. I wasn't even rooting for Washington, and look how the country, the US, is right now. All right, and the UK knows what was gonna happen in the US, because I'll never forget this one presenter. I've shared many of his videos. It's probably in one of my videos, either here or PYTE. While he was talking to a guest, one of the things I remember him say, I'm not gonna say who it is because I do not have the clip to share it with you. He said very quickly, he was like, oh, don't worry, Trump is gonna send him back. And that was during I think during the election period. And so they know the plan. They know Trump's plan pretty much. Alright, so that being said, the Invictus Game have just started promoting the Invictus Game for Birmingham 2027 at a guess. So something might be at play now because of it. So that is why some people are now speculating about what might be taking place behind the scene. Come the farm folks, it was to do with Invictus and Birmingham. The fact it was leaked to the Daily Fair, we all know who blabbed royal family cough. Alright, although it's understandable that the royal family needs to desperately deflect from their rapidly descending irrelevance and unpopularity. Okay, so that's an ad. Let's leave that alone. Let's go to the next tweet. Alright, royal rat, William was out. Okay, so this is a squad. William was out, Charles was out, Camilla was out, Sophie is on a royal tour, Kate was out and wearing a tiara, but where is Meghan? Meghan Markle appears to go quiet online after rosé wine sell out. I mean, she's enjoying her money now. And remember, this is the summer, this is vacation, so she's enjoying time with her kids. Why are they worrying about where's Meghan? So this is why she said she names all the names here. All these people are out, but yet they're talking about Meghan. Oh my God, British media can't quit Meghan or Harry. The leftover royal should feel insulted. They are trying to distract that Kate did not show up for William's polo match. Oh, there was a polo match? Okay, that's news to me. Let's see, there's 4 comments under it. Kate Middleton skipped Prince William's annual polo match again. She probably wasn't invited. That's probably that, because he did not want her there. He was avoiding doing a kissing picture like Harry and Meghan and the winner's circle if he won. Probably. Maybe the couple enjoy having individual interests. Now, for a polo match, they usually show up. They done. I'm saying William can't even act. Okay, for the amount of money he's receiving from the public, he can't even act to be next to her. So he's done with her. Okay, where is Meghan? Why she's where she always is, living rent free in your head. Alright, so there's all of this. I don't want to go through it. I'll just read the caption. They count the days. Meanwhile, she is basking in her success. No leaks in Montecito. Alright, you could pause and read. I'm not gonna go and read all of that. Okay, so there's that. Okay, these two, and then that's it. Harry and Meghan are busy doing good work and don't want to draw any attention to them because the work they're doing is very sensitive still, and they are fine working behind the scenes, and that drives the British media crazy, not knowing where Meghan and Harry is at all times. This ridiculous headline is one for the ages, like, Meghan had another successful launch, now please say something, please. That's what I was saying. She just had that sellout, so she's probably enjoying her money. And it's summer vacation, so she needs to spend some time with the kids. Oops, what just happened? Alright, next tweet. Laughing my ass off. Who called that Charles was going to try and reconcile with Harry? It was one of y'all. Alright. Wait, what? This is actual good news. I hope they all rise above everything that's happened, but with honesty, authenticity, and a true desire to reconnect a family. My dream is to see the kids get to grow up family-centered and knowing their cousin. Yeah, for regular family, yes, but these people are not regular family. They are savages. Okay, look what they did to a baby's room in South Africa. Okay, look what they did to Princess Diana. These people are savages. They already showed themselves. What's happening right now, if whatever from the Daily Fail is true, is because they're not getting the applause that they wanted. Harry and Meghan are the one who's getting it. Alright? Remember that video that I did. It has been done before. So Harry and Meghan should never let their guard down. And if I was Meghan, the UK, forget it. Forget it. Get that out of her system. There's 11 comment under that. Good news. The man that used his son as a shield from the hateful press, I'm not so sure. Exactly. Okay, I don't condone. Who is that? This is the first time I'm seeing this person. Okay, a couple squaddies are following her or him. Let me read her comment and see what's going on here, what she's saying. I don't condone any of that. I truly support Harry and Meghan in every way possible. I think there's an inherent power in both humility and forgiveness. Nah, the amount of cruelty that just happened, there's no forgiveness. I'm sorry. And Harry and Meghan could do whatever they want. Keep that in mind. Okay? Who am I to tell them what to do? But with what I've witnessed, for me, these people would be dead to me if I was Meghan. Okay, I think truth and honor can be found in the willingness to say, quote, I can forgive, but I'll never forget, end quote. It's an opportunity for evolution, for a forging path that are hardly worn yet imperative for where we're going. Okay, let me respond to this. Let me go look for the thumbnails. It has been done before. Oops, I started typing. I almost published it. Let me read it. What you're saying here only apply to humans. These people are not human. They are monsters. The amount of unnecessary cruelty, should been cruelties, but I'm running out of character. The subject to the Sussexes were uncalled for. The royal family and the British media will never accept Meghan and the kids. Chase in New York, fire in Archie's room in South Africa. The list goes on. These people, that's where I put it has been done before. They pretty much are monsters. Monsters exist. Alright, let's put that. Alright, Harry and Meghan, especially Meghan, has forgiven them. And at the same time, she must be wise never to step in that country. What's that? Okay, I don't know what's that. That family, unless they publicly tell their attack dogs to back off from her with a public apology for never defending her. Then you can come back to discuss how, when they visit. Exactly. That's exactly that. I agree with this 100%. Let me copy this. And then I'm gonna post it under hers. Oh, come on. Okay, so I put my comment here again. I agree with you 100%. My comment to the same topic. There it is here. Okay, so let's see. What else? Okay, I just came from here, and that's the one I just responded here, which I agree with. Let me give it a, you can come back to discuss. Okay, is that the one? Yeah, that's the one. Let me give it a like. Alright, let's read what's there and then move on. You mean for the children too, on the front page, being used as scapegoat and abused daily because there are no such thing as family-centered and that royal family. Harry doesn't want the life he had as a spare for his children, so I suspect any family centering will be from a distance. Too much has been done to Meghan to be forgotten. Thank you. Okay, this is the squad. They know. Alright, to be forgotten. If I was in Meghan's shoes, I don't think I ever forgive that or trust any of those people around my kids, but Harry can reconcile alone if he wants. It's his father. This I agree as well. Okay, those cousins' parents are dysfunctional, need a lot of boundaries. Okay, these are the true squaddies. Okay, I don't want to hurt your feeling, but you batshit crazy. I don't want to hurt your feeling, but you batshit crazy for your insensitive comment here. Okay, for your insensitive comment, the Sussexes especially, Mrs. Sussex, after all the shit that family did to her, feed her to the gutter press, allowing the gutter press to talk freely, talk about their children. I love Harry, but I'm just saying. Okay, I agree with that. Okay, please don't insult me. I'm being genuine here. My entire point is focusing on creating something better from the old ways of narcissism, coercion, and entitlement. I think Meghan and Harry might be the only people who can actually transform this into something meaningful. Well, a 1,000-year-old institution transformed by the Sussexes coming back to let shit on them all over again with their children. Please God, never let my mind be as distorted as some people's. I'm done with your kind of thinking. I agree with her. This is what I wrote. The royal family are freaking monsters. They don't deserve kindness. Good luck with your sensitivity. Did you have the same feeling when the papers were trashing Meghan Sussex? It's best to move on. Let's leave that alone and leave this with her sensitivity kind of thing. So that's that. Right now, the institution need the Sussexes. But deep inside, their true character, the way they display toward Meghan, it's their objective. It will always be there. They already show their true character.
I don't think there's anybody else in the world that is better suited and placed to be able to see this through than myself.
But he fears negative tabloid narratives endanger him and his family.
All it takes is one lone actor, one person who reads this stuff to act on what they have read. And whether it's a knife or acid, whatever it is, and these are things that are a genuine concern for me. It's one of the reasons why I won't bring my wife back to this country.
Let me see this notification. What is this talking about? Okay, so that's something else. Next tweet. Alright, there's the rolling eye. We Ben knew it was a matter of time. You wonder why their slow thinkers fans are overly obsessed with Meghan. Apple doesn't fall far from the tree. Nothing here is news. The only thing she hasn't done is call herself Meghan. She has been a fan since. Back to important stuff. Okay, is it the same thing she's making reference to? The person who claimed to represent the Sussexes from the Daily Fell front page? Me, I just want to know whose idea it was like. Okay, there's no period. Okay, she probably was running out of character. Me, I just want to know whose idea it was like. Was it the stylist or that lady? Like, who thought of that first? I thought they were dignified people with class and copying people were beneath them. Miss Stalker really learned from her mommy. Okay, this is probably making reference to the stylist who left. I did several videos making reference to that. Okay, several tweets about that. Okay, Meghan, their inspiration. Yeah, forget her husband is a fan of Meghan, so it's not surprise. Okay, that she's making reference to the Wells who used to watch Suit. Okay, not just Natasha, but the whole staff and their principals is a project they keenly follow. There's a laugh here. We Ben you. I've said in the past videos is that I think several things could happen. One, the men in gray suit probably hired that stylist and said, whatever Meghan wears, find something similar to put on her. Because these people, they always have a narrative. They always have something, some scheme that they're preparing to do. Okay? So once Kate is out of the picture, okay, so they could have pictures that will back up their narrative, whatever it is that they plan on doing. The palace hired the stylist to copy Meghan to put on Kate. And Kate, who doesn't say anything.
One of the reasons Catherine is so popular amongst certain demographics, and I'm going to say older people and men, is because she says absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
She's a good little girl who keeps quiet and doesn't complain, doesn't do anything, doesn't rock the boat, and is a very traditional, old-fashioned, mute woman.
Who doesn't say anything, accept anything that they throw at her, so she has no say. Later in the future, we will find out why she was dressing similar to Meghan. So put a post-it on it. They will come back to it. The other thing as well, it could be they hired that stylist and then Kate probably want whatever Meghan is wearing. So that stylist probably look at something that Meghan wore and switch it up slightly, okay, to make it look somewhat unique but still have the same vibe as Meghan. Kitty probably said no, she wants exactly what Meghan wore. So this is where her job, the stylist job, become very easy. Just see what Meghan wore, find something similar to it, and give it to her. And that's it. All she has to do is look. She doesn't have to think. Just look what Meghan wore, find the clothes, and give it to her. And that makes her job very easy. That's the only thing, these two things that I'm thinking could probably happen. Men in gray suit who starting to create a narrative for the future and told her to copy whatever Meghan does. Post it on that, they will come back to it in the future. And then Kitty, who probably wants exactly what Meghan has and make the stylist job easy. Okay, so let's read this and that's it. Exactly, it was clear why they started on Meghan to try to literally crush her to death. The jealousy and envy boil over and continues to do so. Exactly, 100%. All right, let's go to the next one. All right, this is talking about Kate copying. All right, y'all know how dangerously psychopathic a woman is who runs you out and then tries to steal your whole identity, looks, and mannerism while viciously stalking your friends, and then has her media troglodyte praise her colonization of your identity while denigrating you for the same. Making reference to the stylist Kate, you know, they trashing Meghan, but yet they copying her. Okay, it's like a stalker movie. Remember Harry said he could write a whole second book. He knows that family is tilted toward unstable. That's why he skipped the continent. There is more where this came from. Yeah, Harry was the only smart one over there. It's truly dark and nefarious, demonic even. Yeah, I truly think that demonic is part of it. Give me the chills simply to wrap my head around it. Okay, it's scary. She was trying to do destiny swap by not just running her out. It was more sinister than that. It was killing her and then assuming her whole person. Camilla did it, but whatever they try, it failed because Meghan left and it's safe in the US. We need to pray, okay? We need to pray for that. A lot of things going in my mind, but I'm not gonna say it. We need to pray. And the best part is she still fell at it. What's her end game here? William and his family tolerate her and her body and face reflect it. She looks haggard and worn out, but she will be queen, right? Someone who takes things from others without permission is called a word. Single white female, the unhappily married, royal version. The sickness is deadly and calculated. The idea is still the style. Hope the same adoration, then erase the original authentic person. These are not intelligent people Harry and Meghan are dealing with. That's right. And this also shows is the same blueprint that's happening. What they did to colonialism. All right, they destroy the history of. They try to destroy the history of Africa, and then they copy it and make it that one. It's the same blueprint that's happening. Okay, the same thing. Now it's being played out if people are paying attention. Okay? It's playing out right now in a different form. Let's pause this. Okay, whatever's here, and then we move on. She has solely lost the plot, and it's all her own doing. Okay, collaboration of evils. That's very true. Yeah, once they put their heads together, it's chaos. Next tweet. I'm almost done. Okay, I have 3 more left. The last one is, okay, the next 2 one after this tweet is a little bit of politics. And then the last one has to do with Meghan fashion, but the squad want you to block some people. Alright, next tweet. Just a recap of weather forecast. Royal Ascot, June 18, 2025, 28 degrees. Wimbledon, 12 July 2025, 30 degrees. It was never about the heat. There's the laugh here. They just didn't want her there. Okay? So, she didn't appear in these places. Alright? At Ascot, there is a lot of socializing and mingling, whereas at Wimbledon, she was greeted, she sat, watched tennis, presented the trophies, and went home. Why is she not socializing is the question. She can make small talk, but why not a day at the races enjoying with others? They don't want her to talk. Plus the sun heat she will have received on the short carriage ride before sitting comfortable sipping champagne in an air-conditioned booth will have been minimal compared to sitting in full sun in a royal box. I mean, math and mathing, lol. Ha, you. Instead, they sent her to Wimbledon on her own, no family members, no friends. The horses were shouting too loudly, interrupting the cancer treatment. 28 degrees is too much heat for her health, but 30 degrees is fine. So it was 30 degrees at Wimbledon. Okay. Cosplay Kasia Montbutton. Okay, this is how the squad, throw their shade here. She didn't appear on 28 degrees, but on 30 degrees, it's fine. Next tweet, this is politics. Okay, I'm not gonna go in the comment. I'm just gonna let you listen to him. Alright, so let me crash out real quick. Screenshot, 2 minutes and 18 seconds. This is regarding US politics, okay?
Clock in, because you're my motherfucking therapist now, bitch. Let me vent for a minute. Okay, I need to crash out before I fucking fall out because I'm tired of it. I am sick. I understand it's a lucrative motherfucking business for content creators to give you bad news.
Okay, at this point, I think some of us need to just chill out. We don't need to bring our blood pressure high of the things that's going on. Because we already know many of those politicians are compromised, okay, to allow this to happen. Okay, let the wind blow, still hold your front, okay, do what you have to do to survive. Eventually this will pass, but there's no reason for us to raise our blood pressure of the stupidity that's happening. Okay, eventually things is not gonna be like that. I'm seeing more people. Forget the MAGAs. The MAGAs are done. Okay, they could die. They don't care as long it's their kind. The stupid people are in power. Forget the MAGAs. But some people who were quickly fooled from leaving their humanity behind, they're starting to get it. So these are the people we should reach out to. Eventually, all of this will pass. Okay. Because before, leading up to the election, I thought many people got it. I really did. Because it was clear as night and day. But it seems like their racism is so deep, it causes them to get this country where we are now. But perhaps, like I said in some past videos, they have to experience it in order to understand it. So many of them are experiencing it. So perhaps they will learn from that. And I'm starting to see some crack. People are getting it. The one group I'm a little bit worried about, I don't think many of them get it. Some do, okay? I'm not categorize all of them as that because there's always one. It's the Hispanics. I just hope the Hispanic community understand how they were used to vote against their best interests. And there's a video that I saw, a Hispanic man who beat up a black woman due to this, I think he called her the N-word and things like that, and smash her face and things like that. I just hope the Spanish community understand they are being used. The fundamental thing is those white supremacists, they only want only their kinds. Only their kinds. They don't care about them. I hope they get that. They meaning the Hispanic community. If we don't band together, okay, right now, they want more division, subdivision. And I'm seeing things where they're trying to say Haitian said this about African American. Okay, I don't buy it. Because we do not know who's behind the computer typing this nonsense to further subdivide. So we know what we need to do. Well, not all of us, it seems like. I just hope more people open their eyes and see what is happening so we can move forward. And also, this is not to say to ignore what is happening. We need to continue to fight, but don't invest too much of our lives into that. We need to live our lives. But at the same time, do the multitasking type of things. Fight when fight needs to be done. And when some people misguided and don't understand what is happening, take the time and explain. Take the time and explain. Because a lot of people, you would have thought they get it, the simplest things, but if you don't explain it to them, they will not get it. Okay? So there's no reason for us to raise our blood pressure. Multitask. First, you centralize yourself, calm yourself down, don't bring your blood pressure up for no reason. When it's time to defend, you defend. When you see someone who doesn't understand something, take a few moments, explain to them what is going on. That will save so much time and energy. Okay? But there's no reason to raise your blood pressure because there's some people who just don't get it. But let's get back to the original recording. Alright, but let's listen to him. I'm gonna start all over again. Okay, but there's no reason for us to raise our blood pressure and things like that. Create a space for you where you could pay your bills, you could eat and be comfortable and stay away out of trouble. When it's time to vote, pay attention who's running and go vote. If we can vote next time. But let's listen.
Clock in, because you're my motherfucking therapist now, bitch. Let me vent for a minute. Okay, I need to crash out before I fucking fall out because I'm tired of it. I am sick. I understand it's a lucrative motherfucking business for content creators to give you bad news all motherfucking day, but that ain't me, babes. I can't do it. Can we get a nothing beats a Jet 2 holiday? And for now, you can save 50 pounds per person. Can we get that? Can we get some goddamn good news? Can we get the gospel? When the Biden-Harris administration was in office, I was giving you motherfucking breaking news. I was giving you extra, read all about it, bitch, and I'm tired of it. I am tired of the fucking incompetence of this Trump administration. I am tired of living in this political fucking crisis. I am tired. Trust and believe. Anytime you think you about to get some good shit, there's going to be some bad shit motherfucking behind it. I know right now people are celebrating saying, oh my God, New Hampshire federal courts, they just ruled that Trump cannot do their own birthright citizenship executive order. But however, if he submits an appeal, which it will, because I know that he will, it's going to go to the Supreme Court.
Bingo.
The Supreme Court is already in bed with Donald Trump because they're already limiting the lower court's ability to function to actually hold this Trump administration fucking accountable. Tell me how I can give y'all hope in this very moment when you got motherfuckers going viral.
I remember a couple years ago when I had cable, I used to watch Rachel Maddow and what's this other guy? Something O'Donnell. And one segment that he did, he said the point of having a president, okay, not only to do his job or whatever, but the core thing is who he select to be the Supreme Court, because only him can nominate someone to be at the Supreme Court. I remember said that several years ago. It probably maybe, my son was born, so I would say maybe 14 years ago. It may not be 14. Let's say 10 years ago. He said that. People need to pay attention who you're putting in office so they could advocate for you. All right, let's continue.
telling you that Democrats and Republicans are the fucking same when they are polar opposite. Joe Biden's administration gave 21 million people access to the Affordable Care Act and expanded Medicaid, and Trump is cutting it. And again, during his administration, declaring a state of emergency before it even fucking happened, making sure that the federal fundings are...
Okay, the Affordable Care Act, okay, is Obamacare. The Republican call it Obamacare and make those people who really need it to not like it. I'm telling you, there's some crazy psychology that goes into these things. And now, many of them, those Trumpists, those MAGAs, many of them were on Obamacare, Affordable Care Act. Now they're crying because Trump is removing it. All right, let's continue. And not only that, the Republicans have been at it. They've been telling us they want to get rid of it. But hey, let's move on. I'm just hoping, knock on wood, God keep me healthy. And if I'm gonna go, take me out really quickly. That's all. Let's continue.
There for the people who are most affected. Then you got Trump's dumb ass over here at Alligator Alcatraz, Alligator Auschwitz, talking shit, talking about he gonna round people up and put them in the motherfucking truck. Then you got Christy Gnomes do nothing motherfucking ass talking about ain't nobody getting motherfucking FEMA money unless it go through me, pimping fucking FEMA. The same motherfucking heifer that just be lying on her motherfucking ass, lying out her motherfucking mouth, just lying just because it's Tuesday, just lying just the motherfucking lie, just lie because it tastes like a motherfucking sour apple candy motherfucking lollipop in her motherfucking mouth. She likes the taste of it.
Oh my God.
This one has a little sweetness to it.
I'm tired of it. I'm taking a break. I will see y'all asses on Tuesday, Wednesday, maybe Thursday, bitch.
Yeah, some people are not getting it, but I'm not gonna go in the I'm not gonna go in the comments. I just wanted to share his video. I think he has a YouTube channel, so you should. Well, he's been like this ever since I've come across him, so he tells it like it is. So go check him out and you make your own decision if you should follow him. Okay, so there's another politic video I want to share with you. Okay, this has to do with the Texas flood. Okay, Kerr County Sheriff changes his mind about Mexicans after they saved the lives of his daughter and grandkids. Okay, a minute and 53 seconds. There was another video that made reference to that. I might go search for it and put it before I show you the last tweet that I have on the list. Let's listen.
The sheriff of Kerr County, Texas, has finally broken his silence. His oldest daughter and 2 grandchildren were rescued by Mexican first responders. With his hand on his chest, visibly moved, he said, "I owe them my family's lives." No one expected to hear that from Larry Leda, a man known for his tough stance on immigration. But this time, the tears spoke louder than the speeches. Kerr County was one of the hardest hit by the floods that swept across Texas in recent days. The sheriff's daughter and grandkids were trapped on a farm surrounded by water. Local rescue teams couldn't reach them. Helicopters were overwhelmed. And just when all hope seemed lost, hope crossed the border. A team of Mexican rescuers, sent by order of President Claudia Sheinbaum, crossed the border.
Let's give her credit. I'm telling you, she really making Mexico look good in many, many ways, not just this. Okay, when the wildfire in California happened, she sent firefighters. Okay, Mexican firefighters. Let's continue.
With courage, shovels, ropes, and determination. They were the only ones who made it to the property, and they came out with everyone alive. Larry Leda, visibly shaken, admitted, "If they hadn't shown up, I'd be burying my daughter and my grandkids." Faced with this, the sheriff made an unexpected statement. From this day forward, the people of Mexico will be treated with respect and gratitude in Kerr County.
It didn't have to take that for him to realize that. It didn't have to take this for him to realize this. Humanity. The compassion should have always been there. This is the thing I don't understand with these people. I guess, again, they had to experience it in order to understand it. There's one example. Let's continue.
I can't ignore what happened. I can't look down on those who saved my family. And you? Do you think it's time we start recognizing the value of those who reach out when it matters most? Comment Mexican pride if you believe solidarity matters more than any border. Today, no one's talking about building walls. Today, we're talking about empathy. About a sheriff who learned through pain that human lives have no nationality. and about a people, the Mexican people, who once again showed the world that when everything falls apart, they're the first to start rebuilding. Larry Leda knows that now, and the whole world should know it too.
All right, so like I said, it didn't have to take this for him to see the humanity of things. But let's just say there's one less racist out there. But then again, who knows how he hold his views on other groups. All right, so that's a good thing. Let me go look for another tweet, a TikTok video I came across that pretty much explained where President Biden had given fund to that Kerr County, so I think that's the same county in Texas, to help fix these kind of things. But they returned the money, or they didn't want the money. Let me go look for it instead of me explaining. Yep, I found it. I just typed, what is it? What did I type to search it? Kerr County something. Alright, so this is it here. Kerr County officials were giving over $10 million in federal funds by the Biden administration for them to make critical upgrades to its flood warning system. And yet, they only reluctantly accepted it to prevent it from going to a blue state, then spent it on law enforcement. Okay? They didn't want it, but instead of giving it back, they kept it because they didn't want another state to get it, a blue state to get it. You see the selfish with these people? Meanwhile, if you watch some of my old videos, there's a tweet that I came across that showed you some of the blue states that made about 80% of the wealth of the country, and then majority of our federal fund go to the red state, but yet they still feel selfish about that. Okay, but let's listen.
We do not want more of Biden's mandates attached to keeping Biden's money.
But these people are communists. They hate America.
Oh my God.
They're teaching it in our schools. They're invading the border as we speak.
My God.
I don't think we should take any money from the federal government because they can't be trusted.
Now, we don't need these funds here. We've done just fine.
They're doing just fine. But meanwhile, professionals who study these kind of things saw the problem. Meanwhile, I mean, what goes into these people's head? What really goes into these people's head? And some of the contents that I see that's talk about Kerr County and things like that, those TikTok videos that usually made it to YouTube, when you hear many of these people are talking, it's not like they laughing or happy that they happen. It's the lack of understanding, education, and the stupidity of these people that make people create those videos. But let's continue. My God, these people are possessed.
And we'll get by without them. But you spend this money, you're signing a contract with the devil. The devil's in the White House.
If you vote to keep Biden's money, I will hold you personally responsible and personally liable.
The Biden regime has proven.
Another thing that I saw as well, a comment. Someone said they should look into these people's background. Though, like this lady, for instance, and the other gentleman that was talking, look in the background. Why did they feel the way that they do? It could easily be paid to talk like that instead of having the community itself come and speak. Are they from the community? If they are, I apologize. But I'm just making reference to a comment that I read. Let's continue.
To be tyrannical and anti-American. There is no part of this administration that has the good of America or Americans at heart.
Wow.
We want no part in anything coming down from the federal government.
Anti-America. When the Biden administration wanted to give them money to upgrade their system, that's anti-America. I mean, sometimes people need to stop and think when something like that is being said. One, this doesn't add up. How could this be anti-America when when Biden administration was giving you money to upgrade, to make it better, to warn the people of future disaster? Now, disaster strike, that was never happened. The upgrade never happened. My God.
This is Texas, and Texans can take care of Texas.
And I don't believe we should take the...
And we just heard that it was Mexican who helped save the sheriff's family. Let me move it back, like right here.
And Texans can take care of Texas.
And I don't believe we should take the money. We should not have it. I don't trust our federal government. I don't think that they're truthful with us. And in these days and these times or whatever, we can't afford to make a mistake.
Wow, this is sad. Okay, what is this here? Let me add that. This one is slightly longer. I like to see where the sheriff department spent the money. They spent it on upgrading their communication equipment, which was not what the money was not allocated for, and they still ended up pocketing millions of it by giving 10% bonuses to all sheriffs and overbidding on the contracts for the upgrades. Just flat out corruption, irresponsibility. Wow. Okay, let's listen. Are there more videos? Oh my god. Okay, since it's there, I'll put it for you guys. 3 minutes and 29 seconds. Maybe I'll put it a video by itself, since it has nothing to do with the Daily Fell thing that I started this video.
I don't know if I'm more angry at or for Kerr County at this point. In 2021, Kerr County was sent over $10 million in federal funds that they could have allocated towards upgrading the flood warning system. At first, they didn't want to accept it because they didn't trust the Biden admin. But did they return these funds? No, because they didn't want the funds to possibly go towards a blue state instead. I guess it is a little lucky that they ended up holding on to the funds just so a blue state couldn't get at them, because they did eventually end up spending them. Obviously not on the flood warning system, though. Funds were part of the American Rescue Plan Act. ARPA sent billions of dollars across the nation to help with economic recovery, intended to be spent on government services, infrastructure, etc. Yes, these funds could have been used for a flood warning system. I've gone through years worth of Kerr County Commissioner Court transcripts. That's basically their town hall or city council equivalent. The people of Kerr County didn't want to accept the funds, mainly because they mistrusted the administration. This guy called it the most criminal, treasonous, communist government ever to hold the White House. And he got applauded, by the way. They said that the funds were just their taxpayer money being returned to them with strings attached. No mention, of course, that it's the evil blue states that largely fund areas like Kerr County with their taxes.
Okay, this is what I was saying. It's blue state who pretty much fund them. Alright, look at Tennessee, some of those farm areas, they go in book.
Person ironically went through Hurricane Harvey. They said, we were there all by ourselves like an island in the middle of water. Since we left, they have had so many floods and catastrophes. And who's at the helm? Well, it's a socialist Marxist regime. Then they accused the admin of bringing people over the border to win things, and of course describe themselves as a native Texan, almost 40% Native American, the rest Spanish. FEMA even came up a few times, don't even worry about it. Supposedly, it's a completely lawless entity that can arrest people without a warrant, hold them without due process, camps, and answers to absolutely no one because it was created by executive orders. I know. Oh, for some reason they also claim that it can suspend the Constitution. It was the commissioner judge, the top dog, who said that they would not be returning the money just so that they could deny it to states like New Jersey, New York, and California. No, the flood warning system never got upgraded, but the good news is the sheriff's department ended up with almost all of the over $10 million. So, the largest amount spent was around $7 million on upgrading the communication system for the sheriff's department and the fire department. Despite the fact that the original estimate was $3 to $5 million and the original bid was a little over $5 million. The bid didn't include every little detail. An extra $2 million seems steep. Of course, Motorola's bid was the only qualified bid. The next biggest chunk was a little over $1 million, which went towards emergency responder pay. Basically, every single member of the sheriff's department received a 10% pay increase. Another $650,000 went towards assorted staffing needs, which included more sheriff department staff. And lastly, another $100,000 to a special temporary position for a person overseeing the Motorola project, one that balloons by $2 million, totaling almost $9 million, but not a cent towards upgrading the flood warning system. But hey, at least a blue state didn't get it. I know some people are going to be mad at me for sharing this right now because it makes Kerr County look bad, but you don't get to politicize every single decision you make regarding the welfare of other humans and then claim that your own welfare is not political when your choices begin to affect you. Of course, the blame largely goes to Kerr County officials, just to be clear, but at some point we do have to start talking about this.
All right, let's see here. Is that the same one? 2 minutes and 29 seconds, 2 minutes and 29 seconds, same thing. All right, so I'm done with this. I thought it was good to share this with you. All right, And then I ended up having that as well. Let me like it for future reference. Okay, so let me go on my last tweet, and this, going back to the Sussexes, it has to do with fashion, but the caption says, for us to black these people. All right, let's pause. Okay, Sussex blacklist crown creators. All right, so these are the lists she's telling us to black, because they probably talking negative about the, you know, the Sussexes. All right, but let's listen to this, and then that'll be it, and I'll do a prayer.
Who's the world trendsetter here? Just a small snippet, but I'll share the dates in a moment.
Okay, the audio is very low. I'm gonna try to make it as high as possible for you, and then you could adjust your volume. Okay.
This does not gatekeep for fashion contacts, and people want to know when she wears something, it sells out. And I love the fact that she still wears J. Crew and Banana Republic. Those who have followed her since Suits and The Tig, you'll remember that she had a collaboration with Reitman's clothing store in Canada. And this was her style before she met Harry. And this was her style when she was a full-time working royal in the UK. And she did a collaboration with SmartWorks, a charity that provides professional clothing for women who are returning to the workforce. And of course, this is her style now that she's back in the US. And I love her style. Whether she's, you know, going about her day on her Montecito estate, or shooting an episode of her worldwide top 10 Netflix show with Love Meghan, or going to special events. Oh yeah, the dates of a couple of events. These were both taken in 2022, February and December. September 2022 and the following May. The trendsetter here is Meghan Sussex.
Alright, so that's that. Pretty much the whole tweet was to, she wanted to tell us to black these people, and at the same time she gave us this TikTok video. Alright, so done. That's the squad responding. They black these people. Thank you. Check, already black, but one, period. Okay, I black all of them already. Oh, let's pause. Okay, blacked, blacked, blacked. Okay, so let's do a prayer. Prayer for, let's say, vision this time, because people need to see what's going on. So a lot of those evil people who's trying to hurt others, they literally showing us, telling us in plain sight what they doing. I just hope people to see it so they could, I guess, move forward, make certain decisions based on those information, because you cannot move forward blindly. They're literally telling us all of these things. Many of you used to say, oh, like I have a crystal ball. No, you just have to pay attention. All right, so let's pick this one. Vision. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future. I think this is perfect for what I'm thinking. All right, so I really hope all of us, for our vision to be clear and understand and see the BS that these evildoers are presenting to us. You could pass through the facade of their BS and see their full intention. Alright, so that is it. Please take a moment to subscribe, like, and share. If you want to support this channel, there's a PayPal link and a Cash App link in the description. You could donate. Those who have donated, thank you. Alright, so that is it. Thank you for watching.
Tanaka. It is a great privilege to be with all of you today.
You know, we ask for forgiveness and please come back.
As you saw me find the love and happiness that I'd hoped for all my life.